Hey there, West Michigan. Thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. It's been kind of a gloomy Wednesday out there, but when we made it to the end of the day, we did get some sunshine across the region. And while it wasn't too warm, it at least looked pleasant outside. Thanks to Sharon for sending us this beautiful sunset from over at Pier Marquette Beach. The good news is the clearer weather pattern that's working its way in this evening going to stick around as we head toward the end of the week. Of course, if you take any weather photos, you want to send them my way, you can find me on social media. Facebook, meteorologist Michael Behrens, and at Mike Behrens WX on the X, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. When it came to the temperatures out there Wednesday, only hit 65 in Grand Rapids, 68 in Muskegon, 66 Holland, and close to 70 in Kalamazoo. Those temperatures well below average for this time of the year, but inside our forecast. Told you 64 hit 65, brings the accuracy streak to 5 days in a row. When it comes to tomorrow, those temperatures, thanks to the extra sunshine, will continue to climb. That's why 13 Weather Ball is lit up in red as warmer temperatures are ahead.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
And before we get to those warmer temperatures, though, we got some pretty chilly weather on the way for tonight. In fact, as of about 10 o'clock, temperatures are already down into the low to mid 50s across the region, and they're going to keep going down into the 40s for most of West Michigan. That's going to be thanks to clearing skies, lower humidity, and calm winds. In fact, most of the region already seeing calm winds as of about 10 o'clock, and that's going to continue to trend down toward about 0 miles per hour as we head through the overnight tonight. That's really going to let temperatures settle under those clearing skies. Look for lows in the 40s around most of West Michigan, but with the sunshine tomorrow, we will warm back up close to 70. We're going to call that overnight low in the city, 46. Northern counties will likely be a little bit cooler than that. Thursday, mostly sunny and a bit milder, up to 69, continuing to warm. Friday, still mostly sunny as temperatures climb to the low 70s. A little bit further to the north, they'll get even colder tonight. Frost advisories in place, US 10 up toward Cadillac. That's where temperatures could fall into the 30s tonight. And just another reminder that we are certainly heading into fall, and those advisories are already knocking on our door. Good news out there for this evening, though. No rainfall expected here in West Michigan, save for a stray sprinkle that may come out of a cloud or two, but that's going to be about it. Overall, again, the clearing pattern firmly working its way into West Michigan, and that clear weather back toward the west will be heading our way over the next couple of days. But once we head toward the weekend, our weather pattern is going to start to be affected more by what's out in the tropics and Hurricane Lee. This is expected to move its way north along the eastern seaboard, and as it does, it's going to kind of hold up the weather systems working their way across the United States. So that's going to be impacting our weather. So let's go ahead and track the latest with the hurricane. It's a Category 2 as of the 8 o'clock advisory on Wednesday. Its winds were up to 125 miles per hour when it comes to gusts, 105 sustained. The forecast keeps a pretty big wind field here with the storm passing by Bermuda and working its way to the north as we head into Friday morning. No real effects to the eastern seaboard as of Friday afternoon, but as we get into early Saturday, some of those winds may be working their way into places like Rhode Island, Massachusetts, up into Maine for sure, as it works its way on up to the north as we head into Saturday and into Sunday. That, though, the main effect to us, just kind of blocking things and working their way across West Michigan, and that'll impact our forecast toward the early part of next week. Before we get there, though, again, there is the sunshine that we have in the forecast for tomorrow. Hour by hour forecast here shows mostly sunny skies, maybe a few passing clouds in the afternoon, but that's really going to be about it, where it's mostly clear as we head into your Friday as well. Kind of a repeat of Thursday, just a little bit milder out there, mostly clear skies. No real impacts, lots of sunshine, warm weather, mild conditions. As we head toward the weekend, though, the system that's going to get held up by Lee does start to make its way into our region. We see cloud cover increasing as we head through the day on Saturday with some showers that'll be possible throughout the day Saturday as well. These are going to hang around into Sunday with some of the residual cloud cover likely to make its way in the region until the early part of this coming week. As far as the temperatures go for tomorrow, again, we're getting a little bit milder out there, mid to upper 60s across the lakeshore. Those frost advisories up north early in the morning, but they'll recover into the 60s even in places like Baldwin and Reed City by Thursday afternoon. Temperatures from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo will be hanging around that close to 70-degree mark for your Thursday afternoon. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. Temperatures stay in the 70s through the weekend. Even with those small rain chances coming through, we'll briefly dip back into the 60s as we head through Monday. In the early part of the week, temperatures will recover from there into the 70s and even up close to 80 as we head through the midweek next week. Heading toward the first day of fall, temperatures will stay in the 70s.
The 13 on your side beach and boating forecast, sponsored by AAC Credit Union.
Now it's time for a look at your beach and boating forecast. Calm water is expected across the region as we head through Thursday. Plenty of sunshine and waves that'll be just around a foot as we head through the day, and continuing to stay calm by the evening. It's not going to be a really good swim day though, as many areas have now seen chilly waters move in. Water temperatures mostly in the 50s for the northern half of the lake. Temperatures in the 70s don't start to pop up even until you head to the south of Warren Dunes. You almost have to go further south than Michigan to get into any of those more comfortable water conditions. And speaking of the lake, we've told you before about a man on the lake shore that successfully swam from Wisconsin to Michigan. Unfortunately, this year's attempt was unsuccessful. But could this be the last hunt for West Michigan shark? 13 on your side's Riley Mack has the answer.
You could never tell by looking at it that this simple two-story home in Spring Lake is actually a tank. A home fit for a man called the Shark.
I had fully intended to just keep going.
Jim the Shark Dryer.
Until my supplies fell out the bottom of the boat.
The only person to successfully swim across Lake Michigan.
It's just such an exhilarating feeling.
Who grew up with a fear of water.
I nearly drowned when I was 3 years old. My sister found me floating face down family cottage in the lake.
After a swimming lesson at 32 years old, it seems the fins grew shortly after.
If you can get past your life's greatest fear, every other hurdle you face in life can seem that much smaller.
Now he has an office with a view and a uniform of wetsuit tan lines.
I'm definitely passionate about this as my life's mission.
For his 60th birthday and the 25th anniversary of his first successful trip, he tried again.
Lake Michigan was relentless this time. It just landed a flurry of punches. It was really a 25-hour beatdown.
With a supply dinghy falling apart at the seams, a current pulling him towards the UP, and a rescue boat low on gas, it was time for the Shark to hang up his fins.
That was a real hard pill to swallow.
But he can still smell blood in the water.
I'm more confident than ever because I took a beating and I was still standing.
Despite an unsuccessful attempt, Jim doesn't have his eye on the past. Instead, the Shark is staring down his next prey.
I'm coming back.
And from the lake to some environment news, have you ever wondered what actually happens to the materials you recycle? It's a common question with an answer that's ever-changing thanks to technology. We stopped by the Kent County Recycling and Education Center for a look at their latest efforts to limit our waste.
Paper, glass, metals, and plastics, of course.
Those are the standard items that should go into your recycling bin.
The cleaner, the better.
Products that can often be remade into something new.
You know that if you put that can or that bottle into your recycling bin, that it will end up being a new product within the next few months, and it's not going to end up into a landfill.
While there are many privately owned landfills, Kent County owns just one, and it's filling up.
We have about 7 years left of life on that landfill before it does in fact fill up.
So which items can be recycled? Kent County provides a guide online. You can also go by what's known as the resin code.
Oftentimes people see that little symbol on a piece of plastic where it looks like the chasing triangles and it might have a number in it. That number is usually going to be a 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 7. So if it has that number on it, then it's probably okay for your recycling bin.
Recycling batteries, always a no-no.
We have a decent amount of fires here at this facility every year because of batteries. Those shouldn't go in your recycling bin regardless. So a rechargeable battery is actually a pretty valuable thing that if you take it to an electronics recycler, they'll be able to recycle it and get some of those valuable metals out of it.
Standard alkaline batteries can go in the trash. Using a combination of humans and robots, Kent County sorts and separates recycled items that are then placed in 1 to 2 ton bales, then sold to vetted buyers who reuse the materials.
These are examples of the items that you would put into the recycling bin, but also what they could be made into.
Whether it's paper,
This is kitty litter here, we have like fire starters here, and sometimes even bathroom tissue can be made out of paper products.
glass,
Those get broken down into basically another sand material again and can be made into a lot of different items. Fiberglass.
or
Metals are kind of a recycler's dream because they can be recycled as many times over as you would want. Oftentimes it's just going to go back into another container.
Now to a few more outdoors and environmental stories. Consumers Energy wants to hear your feedback about the future of its 13 hydro plants, including 5 here in West Michigan. In the next 10 years, some of the utility's federal licenses will be expiring, and because of that, Consumers has been conducting a multi-year review of its plants. They include the Croton, Hardy, and Rogers dams on the Muskegon River, the Weber Dam on the Grand River, and the Calkins Bridge on the Kalamazoo River. Consumers will be hosting a meeting specifically about the Croton and Hardy dams. That's happening next Monday inside the Newaygo High School cafeteria. Doors open at 5:30 and the meeting starts at 6. And next up, leaders from Muskegon want to know how you feel about the city's parks. They're holding a series of park parties to gather community feedback. The city is intentionally focusing on parks that did not receive a lot of feedback the last time they did a survey like this.
So there are additional opportunities for our community to come out and again enjoy the entertainment and refreshments while conferring with city officials to provide their feedback on how they'd like our revived parks and recreation system to best serve them and their families and neighbors.
And those other park parties are on your screen right now. The first opportunity will be on Thursday at the McRae Playfield on Nim Street. That starts at 4 p.m. You can also take the survey digitally at shorelinecity.com. And now you're up to date with the latest forecast and some nature and environment related news from here around West Michigan. You can always find more online at 13onyourside.com or by downloading our news and weather apps. For now, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.